After all this excitement, you have to ask yourself one question. Do you feel lucky today? Well, do you, punk?
So there we go. Chevy gonna go wing back in the car, they'll push it back. They'll get the start out. They got a good team in there. Hey, you good there? You don't know? It's just rubber. There's a little bit of rubber in the face. It's that black sticky stuff.
Ethanol. Okay, so it is something.
Yeah, that's not the thing. You guys get away with it. I was out there this morning and they said, no. I tried. So yeah, okay. How did you get here? wall. Good job of that sublime green. Let me tell you, giving some of the track guys down here a little bit of a spook. Really hope we weren't going to go clean them up off the
How you doing, guys? Look, we came here last year, we raced on small tires, and when we left here last year, we said we would be back. Luckily, Chevy made that happen for us. We were supposed to come back, I believe, next weekend. Some things happened. It didn't work out, but Chevy reached out to us, and we told him, if you can make anything happen where we can come up there, see the fans, race our cars, get to hang out, and have a good time, then we're in. And he made it happen, so we're here. So if it wasn't for you guys and the fans, we wouldn't be here, so we really appreciate everything.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
the wind light there. So hometown boy doing a good job down there, putting it right through. Yeah, it was a great lead in the 68 car. I believe that was in the right lane there. Let's see. And he's got a 41X screw on that car. We're going to go up against a good show. That car also extremely fast. A good instant matchup, vocal. him getting out of line there right off the hop. Ray Layton spinning him. That thing was hot out of the hole there, and then sounded like it was Ryan Martin getting it done. But just got loose there, just past the 60. And Rick Martin, the two passengers. getting on the outside. Not the run they wanted, but I guess they go straight.
first question is, was that your first ever chip draw that you were ever a part of in your racing career?
Well, it was a lot of fun.
Right on. You guys, the car's been going straight every pass here this weekend, and last night was pretty spectacular session. Just tell us what it's like driving at night at this racetrack.
Yeah, I'm not a driving late at night. I mean, it was completely dark last night, and but anyways, we got it down, and we still made it to the finish line first. So that was what was important.
And so, looking forward to taking on some of the heavy hitters of the Pro Mod field here and seeing what this thing can I guess.
Yeah. With the chip draw, you never know who you're going to get. You could get someone who's a local person, or you could get one of the hitters out of the NPK group. So,
excellent.
Yeah.
Having fun?
I am having a blast.
So, Ryan, you're back up here again this year. Had a little bit of an ordeal coming up. So, want to just elaborate on what happened?
Yeah, man. We came up here last year. We had a great time. We packed this place. The fans were awesome, and we knew we wanted to come back. We had a little hiccup on the way here last year. We had a tire blowout on actually that rig right there, and it didn't destroy the whole rig. It wasn't that big of a deal, but we had to find a tire, get it put on, get back on the road, made it here last year for the most part without any problem, just a minor hiccup.
Right.
So we go through the whole season in the United States, driving my rig all over the place, everywhere there was to drive it.
Yeah.
No tire problems.
Yeah.
At the beginning of each year, I like to replace my steer tires because that's what we do. And I decided to put two new steer tires on it about 2,000 miles ago because I knew I was coming to Canada and it was a long haul.
Yes.
We take off to Canada, we're driving down the road, and boom, a steer tire blows up, tears the whole hood off of my truck. We swerve over into the cable barriers and put my truck out of commission on the way here.
Right.
So luckily, we had another friend of ours was following in tow. We piled all of our stuff in their rig.
Yeah.
And made it. We knew that we needed to make it here for the fans for the race, and we did. So
excellent.
My truck is stuck at Casper, Wyoming, but we are here at the race.
Right on. Excellent. So you can give them a shout out if you want. And,
Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Lance for taking care of me. Like when we were down there in Casper, Wyoming.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of who I knew, and I thought the first thing I thought about was Lance and Winter, and I knew that they were there, and they're good friends of ours, and I called him up, and literally in 30 minutes, he was in the middle of the side of the road for us to help us get the trailer off, had a place for us to tow it, to take it to, and it's sitting there right now. So shout out to Lance for just making my terrible experience as good as it could possibly be.
now, going head to head with these guys from Western Canada, the West Coast Outlaws, as they like to call themselves, that's got to be a thrill and a little nerve-wracking because some of these guys have a big reputation, some of them have no reputation whatsoever, so you don't know what you got.
Yeah, no, I mean, and the other side of that is, just like you said, some of these guys are like the kings here, and some of these guys are just trying to fit in. And you don't want to get beat by anybody. You don't want to get to beat. You want to beat the top dog. I want to beat whoever the top dog is here, but I don't want to get beat by the guy who just came here to race on a Sunday afternoon, right? So it is tough for us. We just come here, run our car the best that we know how to do it with the racetrack. Currently today, we're sitting qualified at the number 2 spot, right behind Nate Saylor.
Yeah.
And we got 2 more qualifiers today. We're going to step on it a little bit. We're qualified pretty good, so that means we're going to go out there and swing for it, try to get that number 1 spot.
What can we expect for later sessions today?
We're going to throw everything at it. So you can expect it to either be really fast or smoke the tire, one of the two.
Excellent. Well, good luck, and hope that the haul down is uneventful for you guys, and you guys get back to wherever you need to, and everything's tip-top shape. So.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for
Rick Barnard getting up against the wall there in the left lane and holding. That's 100 already on the Davo side. So. Well, there we go. Don Voigt stumbles on the line there. His name's Sailor takes the win like there in the Summit Racing League. Nitrous motor there. Carrying that all the way to the, wait, he's on the back wheels all the way. There we go. I'm thinking. go. Give me my money. Give me my money. It's all Gucci. Ryan Martin a little bit. For a long part of the track there on the right-hand side for Mike Gonziola. Down a lick there. Chevy out. And something let go there. Looks like we're gonna have to send the boys down there a bit of cleanup. It sounded like a turbo would let go. I'm not sure what that sound was, but it certainly went choo.
How's the weekend going so far for you guys?
Well, until the last pass I made last night, it was horrible. We came down here. We don't race a whole lot on prep tracks, and this track's got some teeth. And it kept on trying to rip the car apart. We shook the car a lot. Most of the stuff that we race on, we've got a lot of bite in the car for it to hook on marginal-ish tracks.
Right.
And so it took us 3 or 4 passes before we got that thing lined out. And so we had one last shot at it. We were literally number 16 qualifier until the last qualifier. And we went out, we laid one down, car went right down, very uneventful, and we ended up qualifying third. So hopefully we can back it up right here. And if it goes A to B, doesn't shake, I'll be happy.
Excellent. What adjustments do you make coming to a racetrack like this? I know the altitude's kind of a little bit up there compared to what you guys run.
Man, we kind of go all over. So we've been actually higher altitude than this in worse air. So we're kind of used to that. Basically, it's just putting air, fuel in the car or pulling fuel away from the car to keep it happy. Other than that, we ended up raising the car up a little bit, try to take some bite out of it. We lowered the air pressure a little bit, lowered the wheelie bars a little bit, try to get through the shake zone, and made a good one.
Second time up here, you guys frilled the crowd last year. You brought a different piece up here. Tell us what you brought.
We brought up the second Murder Nova that I built. I built it about 8 years ago. Last year, we brought the OG on a small tire. They wanted big tires this year, obviously, so that we could race these pro mods. And we're glad we brought it, man. Last year, we had a great time. Everybody saw the OG. Now we wanted them to see the other.
And I gotta say, the popularity of you guys and that stuff, it just reminds me of like the 90s with the funny cars and the 2000s with the IHRA Pro Mod guys and that stuff and everything. It's quite something, isn't it?
It is. It is. We're fortunate enough to have a lot of fan base, and whenever we show up somewhere, they show out, and it's amazing.
Well, we appreciate you coming up here and hope you guys have an amazing time and would love to see you again.
Thank you, brother. It was all for Chevy. Chevy made it happen. They ended up canceling this for us to come up here. Chevy reached out to us and said, I'd love for you guys to come. We said, you make it happen. We'll be there. And he did.
And what's it like racing with that young whippersnapper?
Dude, he brings a lot of youth to what we're doing, and we enjoy having him, you know. I think he's jumped in head first. He's got his feet wet now, and he's still got a lot to learn, but, you know, doesn't nobody want to draw him.
No, he's a great guy, and he's one of the main pillars of keeping this place afloat.
Absolutely. I think he's a good advocate for the young generation to continue on with the sport that we all love.
All right. Thanks, man. Good luck. Hey folks, Kel and Nitro here telling you about the newest way you can help support Nitromaniac TV's drag club, called Members Only, and it is our official premium content wing of the website. For only $4.99 a month, you will gain access to exclusive video and early access to that week's content, all commercial free. Plus an exclusive discount code to the merch stand, exclusive members only live streams, and more to come. If you sign up today, you will gain exclusive access to check out the 5K subscriber special, the 2023 NHRA Rocky Mountain Nationals Whole Freaking Deal video, plus an early cut of what annually is our most popular title, Supercut, Pro Modified 2023. So join today, you'll never know what you're going to see on Members Only. Check it out today at tinyurl.com/drag.